Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the new and last, actually say the last show of the year here on Geeks and Flicks. So this is the last show. We're going to be doing the Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3 with Scott. He's going to be our special guest here today. Nate, how you been?
Better than no, you know what? I feel much better. Last time we went live, I was still like pretty sick and like sounded horrible. So I feel much better. Work was horrible for the last 2 weeks. Very busy because of Thanksgiving and Black Friday offers and all that kind of stuff. So it was a madhouse, but you know what? I had the last couple of days off. I'm feeling great. How about you?
Pretty good. So today was my daughter's first birthday party. So
happy birthday to her.
There should be people upstairs still partying, and I'm downstairs doing a live show. But anyway, with that said, yeah, today was Alana's first birthday, so it was pretty cool. We did a Wonderland. We made her the Queen of Hearts for one.
Yeah, because she's like mean, right?
Yeah, she has the evil face. Yeah,
yeah,
so
she's always mad. Like,
yeah, she gets like, who are you people, and why are you in my face? So. That's why. So we did that theme. So it was actually pretty cool. But yeah, so today is actually pretty fun. So I want to explain to everyone, today's the last live stream for the year here on the Geeks and Flicks channel. So we will be returning January sometime. We don't know when, because me and Nate are gonna get together and we're gonna plan out the entire next year and everything. But for right now, this is the last stream for the year. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not gonna be on other people's show, because we're gonna be on Mega Mike's Christmas show. Me and Nate together is rare when we're together on a live stream, someone else's live stream, but we are going to be on that live stream. Also, I would like to thank, and I bet Nate also, thank you to everyone that's supporting the channel. We've been growing, and all the new content that we've been putting out, and now we're taking it to shorts also. It's been working, and again, thank you so much to everyone out there. So again, you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit those notification bells, so you guys can enjoy the stuff that we've been putting out. I'm trying to think of new stuff. We're going to continue doing all our regular videos. We're going to continue doing that. The only thing that's not that's changing is the live streams. We're not coming back because we're kind of burdened on that. We're burned out.
Plus, there's
a lot
holiday
of work.
Christmas.
Yes.
The next show after this would have been like 3 days before Christmas. It's like, that's too much. Then you got New Year's. Alex does so much work on these like ranking shows, and that's why next year we're doing less ranking shows.
Yeah.
In the sense of we're doing every month, but only one per month. But like you said, even though we're not going to have any more lives in 2024, we will still have plenty of videos. I'll be doing 2 videos a week. Alex is going to be doing 1 or 2 videos a week. We're going to have shorts. So, there'll be content, just not live shows.
Yeah, totally. So, okay, with that said, let's bring in Scott. Like I said, today we're going to be reviewing the 3 Santa Clauses from Tim Allen's franchise. That's the franchise that he made famous, you like to say. So with that said, let's bring in Scott, our man Scott Joker.
Our very own Santa Claus. There he is.
There is Hagrid. What's up, Scott? Let everyone know where they can find you on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. You can find me over on Instagram at Jajoker_movies. I'm over there doing little hauls, little reviews, stuff like that. So catch me there.
Awesome. So with that said, so Scott, are you familiar with the Santa Clauses? Is it the first time you watching any of the sequels or the first one? Or
no, I'm very familiar with them. I never owned the first one, but I actually owned the second one on VHS as a kid, and I watched it a lot. So
okay. Nice. So you have a familiarity, whatever, with the franchise. All right, Nate. What is your
Yeah, I have
with this franchise.
I saw. You know what? I didn't see any of these at the theater, which is weird. Because these came out in the 90s. Well, like the first 2. Well, the first one was in the 90s. I think the second was in the
94.
94 was the first one.
Yeah,
right. I was like
2002 and 2006.
I was 7 when the first one came out. I was 15 when, I was in the age where I should have saw all of these at the theater, and I saw none of them. I saw them all at literally at my friend's house or cousin's house, and then I have them digital. I have them on Vudu. So eventually, I own them that way. But I've seen each one. I've seen the first one 3 or 4 times. The second and third one I've seen less. So I know Scott is very familiar with part 2. I'm more so part 1 is the one I've seen the most amount of times.
Yeah, myself, I love the series.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my big holiday Like besides Christmas with the Cranks, I love that movie. I don't know why. I just keep watching that one.
It's funny. A lot of
Gremlins.
Tim Allen Christmas for you.
Yeah, it's a lot of Tim Allen stuff. So like I do like my
Yeah.
Gremlins. I do like Christmas with the Cranks. I love the Santa Clauses. I haven't seen 3 and 2 much, but I'm a big fan of 1.
You watched
I
the
think
series?
1's pretty- The which one?
On
I
Disney
haven't
Plus?
seen the
Oh, yeah,
TV
the
series in Disney. A lot of people recommended it to me. They said it was really good. So
I
might
heard it was
check
good too. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people told me it was pretty good.
Yeah, so I might check that out this holiday season.
Why not add it to the rotation?
Maybe I might review it for our shorts. How about that? That could be a review for the
Hey,
shorts. That would be
there
pretty
we go.
fun.
I like it.
Yeah, so okay, so with that said, let's get into some. Oh, we have some live people here. I don't want to be rude. I just want to say, what's up to Stephanie from Out by the Popcorn? We got Tony Movie Chappie. What's up? And of course, you guys are trickling in, say what's up to each other, and then of course, hit the like button if you guys are enjoying this video. Stephanie said, "Look, I watch these movies every year while putting up my Christmas tree and
Ooh.
decorating in general. See, it's
Very
just a
It's that kind of movie.
It
It's just a
is.
background
Yeah,
movie,
yeah, it
very
is.
easy watch, funny. You know,
It is.
It
Tony
works.
Movie Chappie says, "Look, it seems to be us today." Well, I mean, a lot of people holiday season. It's okay. It's all right.
Also,
You can't
I
be-
forgot we were going live today, so if I'm on the show and I forgot, maybe they'll come in as they see the little alert.
Yeah, it's okay. It's really okay. But okay, with that said, let's bring up the box office numbers for number 1. Okay, so this movie on a $22 million budget, okay, made a worldwide gross of 190, with domestic at 145 and international 45. Now, Scott, what do you think of this for the first movie? You think these are decent numbers?
Yeah, these are very decent numbers. I mean, wasn't Tim Allen coming hot off of Home Improvement when this movie came out?
Yes, 94. Yeah.
So he was banging, he was popping. Yeah, so very good numbers.
And when did Toy Story come out?
95, I think.
No,
So
yeah,
right
95.
after.
Also, yeah,
Yeah,
he was
this
still a
one.
hot
Oh,
A-lister.
yeah. He was a
Um,
banger.
Yeah. All right, Nate, what do you think of these numbers?
Very good. Very good. Hey, Christmas movies, even though they're hit or miss quality wise, I feel like a lot of times they do well, especially
Yeah.
if they come out like at the end of the year, like November, December. So impressive. You're right. Tim Allen was a huge star at this time on TV, but still, he was a name. He was a big name.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's very, very good.
All right, so with that said, the studio said, you know what? I think we might have a franchise here, but let's see what the sequel could do. So they gave it $65 million in 2002 and said, instead of him getting the cause, it's time to add the lady to the mister. So the missus to the mister, and they came up with Santa Claus 2, okay? Now this one, 65 million budget, like I said, came for a worldwide total of 172, so it was kind of less than the other one, like 18 million less, I believe. And then, of course, international 139, domestic 139, international 33 million for a total of 172. So, Scott, what do you think? This being a little bit lower than the first movie in a sequel.
Being a little bit lower, but I think it came out 8 years later, so people were still chasing that charming nostalgia of the first one. So that was pretty good for a second movie.
Okay. All right, Nate, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it made a little less and the budget was a little higher. So it was not as successful, but it was still successful. I don't think, obviously there's a third one. So Disney wasn't like, maybe they were a little disappointed, but they still made money off of it. So, and it probably did really good in like home video, like
Yeah, the
VHS
Rotten Tomatoes on this
DVD.
one was like 55% or something, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it may not be as loved as the first one was, but I'm sure that they recouped all their money.
That's what I was thinking. Like this movie might have got popular more throughout the decade, like throughout the years, due to the streaming and the physical media and all that crap. So, all right.
Because
So
in 2002, I don't remember this being a big deal. Like when it came out in theaters. At that point, I was already like going to the theater with I was in high school, but I used to go a lot, and I don't remember. It's like everyone like, oh, we gotta go see Santa Claus 2.
Yeah.
But everyone
Saw
had it
this
on like DVD.
or the third one in the theater with my grandma. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this one though.
Okay. Well, guess what? The studio said in 2006 they went, it's time to make another Santa Claus. I don't know why they wait like a long time to make the sequels, but they did. And this one came at a budget of $12 million, the third movie. And this came to a worldwide of 110, okay? Domestic 84, international 26 for a total of 110 on a budget of $12 million. Now, for those of you out there This movie does not look like a $12 million budget.
It's a low budget, if that's right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like $12 million. When I saw this movie, I was like, wait a minute, where did $12 million go to? Because I was like, this movie looked like it was more. But anyway, with that said, Scott, what did you think of the third one in terms of these numbers?
I mean, they cheated. Like the third one was, I think it has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. But I mean, somehow it made 100. Jesus Christ! I mean, those are crazy numbers, though.
Well, you got to remember, this is a kids' movie.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
A Disney movie.
And it's a Disney.
That's true.
Once you see Tim Allen as Santa Claus, everybody was like, oh, we're going to the theater.
I mean, according to these numbers, he's an unstoppable force.
Yeah. I mean, Toy Story, hot off for Toy Story, maybe 2 or 3. So Tim Allen is doing his stuff. All right, Nate, what do you think of these third numbers?
Yeah, I mean, that's very good considering the budget.
Yeah.
$12 million. This made almost 10 times the budget. So from that point of view, it's very good. You know what? You said something earlier where you were like, why do they wait so long? This is the one franchise where it kind of works because Tim Allen's playing Santa Claus. So actually, the older he gets, he can look more like Santa Claus anyway.
Oh, very
that
true.
can make that makes sense. Yeah,
I know he wears like a suit and prosthetics, but I'm just saying it kind of works out that he actually gets older and then he actually can look more like Santa. So, this is very good. This one is the one I remember. I've seen this one the least, but I remember it. So I can't wait to talk about it with you guys.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Like, but I was shocked at the budget because when I watched this movie, I was like, this movie does not look like $12 million. But anyway, with that said, listen, these are the totals. Nate, this is the first time in our ranking series. I mean, we've been doing this since June or some shit like that. September. This is the first series that we're getting a 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back. And this is what I mean in terms of money wise. Santa Claus 1 is the highest grossing, Santa Claus 2 is the second, and the third is the third least. So this is the first time, because normally it's jumbled by the second being over the first movie when we do these rankings. So this is the first time the first one is coming in at first place. So do you guys agree with these numbers? And I'm not saying to give away your number ones in the ranking form. I'm just saying do you agree in terms of films and whatever ones you like or whatever, do you think these numbers warrant it?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the popularity and stuff over time, I think it makes sense.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, this is the one case. This is one case where I totally get these numbers, because a lot of times in our experience, the second one is always the one that makes the most because everyone loved the first one and then they go see part 2. More people go see part 2, right? In this case, there was that. I think the 8-year gap had a lot to do with it. Yeah. I bet you if Santa Claus 2 came out in 1997, it would have made more.
Oh yeah,
that's just a guess.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so. With that said, we could do the rankings now because this is a 3-movie set. So after that, then we could just have a roundabout discussions on stuff. But with that, let's go into the rankings. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to read off the synopsis for those of you out there that don't know what the movie is about, if you don't know what Santa Claus is. So Santa Claus 1. Yeah, like Rev.
He said, I've never seen any of these movies because they look cheeks, but maybe you guys can change my mind, but I doubt it.
Okay, so this is the first one. So the first movie is a man inadvertently makes Santa fall off the roof on Christmas Eve, and he finds himself magically recruited to take his place. That is pretty much in the first movie in a nutshell. But the difference is that Tim Allen's character is a toy maker. He works in a toy business. His name is Scott Calvin, which is SC for Santa Claus, which is kind of funny in his nutshell. But that is the movie on its own. Okay, part 2 comes, and he's already Santa Claus. He's doing his thing. He's with his people, the elves, right? But there's a new clause in the contract that they did not tell him, and that is that he needs to get married under the Santa Claus so he can continue being Santa Claus. The Mrs. Claus. So that is the sequel synopsis. And then number 3 is Jack Frost wants to rule the world, and he wants to do his stuff. And Martin Short plays the role of Jack Frost, and pretty much suckers Scott Calvin, Santa Claus's niece or whatever, to use these like wording and he lost his powers to Jack Frost. So it's one of these. It's a weird way to like explain stuff, but let's have fun with it. All right, Scott, you're gonna go first. What is your number 3 movie?
Okay, so my number 3
And why?
And why?
Yeah.
is gonna be the escape clause, the third one, Santa Claus, the escape clause.
Oh.
This one, the story doesn't make sense to. I think the story wise of saying he has an escape doesn't make sense to the first movie at all, because the first movie, he puts on the suit and everything. They're like, you can't just undo it now. You're Santa Claus, like deal with it. And he starts getting fat and everything like that. This one, they're like, oh wait, there's a way to escape. So it doesn't make sense to the first movie. A lot of it's bad. I feel like it was rushed. The CGI is terrible in it. When they freaking unmelt the parents, that looks so freaking bad. The snow just falling off of it was I did not like the Santa Claus 3 very much at all. I think I can skip that one in the franchise.
All right, cool. Nate, what do you give
Scott, what can you expect when the budget's only $12 million?
$12 million.
Okay, my number 3, he made some good points there. I wrestled with where to put these two. Because 3 is probably the worst, technically. But I think Martin Short's really funny in it. So it's like kind of tough. He has some really good lines because he hates he's Jack Frost, but he kind of hates it. Like he's not like happy about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this sucks. My job sucks. I want to be Santa Claus, which I could always get behind a movie about someone who like hates their job and wants a new job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it definitely is the cheapest and feels the cheapest. Part 2, I'm gonna go with 3. I'll agree with Scott, and that's why I just think quality wise, it's the worst one. So I'll put it at 3. But I don't hate it. Like I do think Martin Short was really funny in it, and I do feel like he overshadowed Tim Allen quite a bit in that movie.
Yeah.
Whereas Tim Allen was funny in the first 2, he kind of gets most of the good jokes, but it definitely feels very. If this came out today, it'd go straight to Disney Plus. If that makes sense. It would be a Disney Plus movie. I don't even think it would come out in the theaters. Yeah.
That I agree with. That I would say. All right. Well, look. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Hear this.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
I like all these movies. All right. Rewatching them made me like it even more. But I do have to rank them. And I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to go with Santa Claus 3. While it's the weakest story, they had some strong characters in the film. I like Martin Short a lot, and I always liked him as an actor. I think he's really funny, and I think he nailed Jack Frost.
I like the look. He looked cool.
He did look cool. I love when in the scene that he's talking to the other natures, like Mother Nature, Father Time. Those scenes were kind of funny because he was just like always angry for like no damn reason. But I like the character. Again, I think what hurts Santa Claus 3 is the storyline. I think the storyline is not as strong as the first 2 movies. Whereas the third one, I thought it worked. It's a typical sequel. I didn't think it was gonna be like this heartwarming, like you feel good Santa Claus movie. Like this didn't feel like a holiday movie ish. If you understand what I mean.
I agree with that. Did you guys see the new movie? I know Alex didn't see it. Scott, did you see Red One?
Oh no, I haven't seen that one yet.
This movie kind of is like that. Where like someone else wants to be in charge of Christmas, and in that movie they kidnap Santa Claus. But it's similar. It's like, oh, there's this other, mystical creature person who wants to take over Christmas and all that. So confirmed, Red One, a ripoff of Santa Claus 3. Who knew it?
With that, all right, Scott, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is gonna be the Santa Claus 2. Now, I do not like this movie. I actually like this movie.
Okay.
And I was shocked when I rewatched it because the last time I watched this movie was on a freaking VHS tape. So I was like, oh man, these are gonna suck. And then I put it on and I was like, this actually, I mean, I can't I can't lie, some of the comedy in it really hit. It was pretty funny when he goes on the date with that one chick and she just stands up and starts singing Shania Twain and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And he sits back down and she's just like, "You didn't like it?" He's like, "I'm a little afraid." But yeah, I liked it. You know, it had some of the charm of I would say, well, everybody was gonna know what the first one is now. But yeah, I think it's a decent sequel to this type of franchise.
All right,
So.
cool. All right, Nate. What is your
listen.
number 2?
I'm gonna agree with Scott. I also have Santa Claus 2 here. I mean, we might all have. I don't know what Alex is gonna do. He's the wild card, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Scott. Santa Claus 2. This is the one that I always remember. That part that makes me. First of all, he looks hilarious in this because he's trying to get a wife. So he has blonde hair kind of and like shaved, but he still has like the fat suit on. And I'll never forget that part. It always makes me laugh when he's just like, "Who would want a piece of this guy?" And he does like this face. I'll never, because I used to say that a lot when I was like, after I saw this movie, like, "Who would want a piece of this guy?" And he just like stands there for a minute. He has this goofy face. This one's funny. I think this one, unlike 3, this one feels like closer to part 1. Like they kind of go together. You can watch 1 and 2, and it definitely feels like a sequel. Okay, we need a Mrs. Claus. It feels like a natural progression of the story, whereas 3 felt kind of forced. So this one, I think, Tim Allen was still kind of in his a little later, but early 2000s, he was still funny. I think he was still like in his comedy prime. So yeah, this one was good. I like the storyline in it. And you have pretty much, a lot of returning characters, which is always good. So, I think Santa Claus 2 for me as well.
All right, so I guess I am the wild card.
You didn't put it up for me.
I did. Oh, I didn't.
On my screen, it just says
Boop.
There we go.
I did. There you go. All right, so for me, I might be the one that changes everything because I'm putting Santa Claus as my number 2.
Oh my God.
While it is a classic, which it is a classic, I'm not saying it's not. I think it's super funny. I think it's good, very heartfelt, very Christmas, right? Has great funny jokes in this movie. This movie has a lot of funny jokes.
It does.
But there's just other ones that I kind of enjoy more.
There's other one that I enjoyed more than this.
That I enjoy a little bit more, which I'll explain soon. But this one, look, honestly, I think this is a feel-good movie. We could all agree the first one, which I already know which one's your number 1, so which you guys are going to explain on your turns. But this is a really good, unique storyline for a holiday. It's nothing new it's kind of fresh. Like I'd never seen another movie that done this type of storyline. You know what I mean? Santa Claus falls off the roof. He puts on the clothes and now he's Santa Claus.
Yeah. I always love when the kid is like, "You killed him."
The only reason why number 2 is also there, Charlie is a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, he's mad. He's like, "You don't want to do whatever I want to do." And he's like, Charlie, like the dude literally fell off the roof. And he's telling his father to go up to the roof and see the reindeers. Oh,
he was little. He was little.
He was little whiny little bitch. But all right, Scott, what's your number 1?
And why?
And why?
Well, shocker. My number 1 is the Santa Claus. It's the original. It's maximum Tim Allen in his prime with all of his charm and his sass. Like when he's when he delivers the little girl and she's just like, "Santa, you're not fat." He's like, "Santa's watching the saturated Pats."
Oh yeah, he eat almond milk. Yeah, he's allergic to
I'm
milk.
lactose intolerant. Yeah, it's just a classic, man. It's what kicked it all off. I'm sure it shot Tim Allen up just a little bit more in popularity back in the 90s. So you got to go with it. And did you notice, Alex, that Frank from Everybody Loves Raymond is in all 3 of these movies?
Yeah. He plays different roles.
Yeah, he's the boss, and then he's Father Time. The rest of it. Yeah. So Santa Claus 1 for me, undeniable classic.
But it's a cool foreshadow because later at the end of the film, he drinks the milk and he's like, "Ah, what is it spoiled?" And he goes, "But you were lactose." And he goes like, "Oh yeah, I did tell you that."
It's a good callback.
It was a very good callback.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right, Nate. Explain why Santa Claus 1 is your number one.
Let me just say this. Couple of things. Number one, the title, very clever. The Santa Claus, the Santa Claus. See that? Because not only is it about Santa Claus, it's about a clause about being Santa. I love a good, listen, I'm a sucker for a good, like, clever, title. It works. I love it. Number one. Number two, Tim Allen. 90s Tim Allen and Disney is honestly, it goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
Because not only do you have this movie, you also have one of my favorites, Jungle to Jungle.
I never seen that.
Oh my, Alex, you will laugh. It is so funny. He got that little son named Mimisiku. He takes him to New York. And the kid's a little jungle kid and he don't know how to act in the big city. And it's great. And then, of course, Toy Story, right? Like it was a trifecta of great Tim Allen 90s. This movie is the funniest one out of the three for me. Like, I think it's the most comedic. I love the part. There's two scenes that always, like, every time I see it, it makes me laugh. One is when he's in the North Pole and he's like thing and like he takes off his pants and there's those puppets and they're
oh yeah, the
puppets. It is so funny every single time. I don't know why, but like whoever's idea was like, we're gonna make the puppets scream like the horror. Yeah. That and the interrogation scene where he's just like, when he's saying all the different names of Santa Claus. I don't know. It makes me laugh. It's funny. I just think this is like very clever. I think it's like a legit good comedy. And then it has Christmas on top of it. I think that's the best. To me, the best Christmas movies are the ones that are like actually funny. And then they have Christmas, like, as well. And I think the Santa Claus 1 does that the best for me. So that's why I put it number 1.
All right. It's okay, guys. It's okay. But for me, it's number 2. Wow. This is why. I think this movie, what does different from the first one, it has more heart and spirit as Christmas. And this is what I mean. With the Mrs. Claus, she had a backstory, right? She explains with the dolls and her parents and everything. And this dude has to find a wife within like 24 days or something like that. But I kind of liked it because, like I said, he falls in love with her. She falls in love with him. And he's using the last magic he has to get her. And I thought it was pretty cool. And honestly, there's a lot of funny parts in this movie. I love the part in the beginning with my man Curtis, the kid. Curtis, the kid, is funny. He goes, "You got to tell Santa now, right now. You got to tell." He goes, "Fine." And he goes, "Hey, Santa, there's a cause on your thing." And he goes, "What cause?" And they put the card in that big ass magnifying glass. And he goes,
"Yeah."
And he's like, he's like, "I gotta get married." I thought that stuff was like fun. I think. You know his thing with Tim Allen? He's very gifted working with children. I don't know what it is. He has good chemistry with kids. Because honestly, the elf scenes with him and the elves are really funny. Especially with Judy in the first one. When she goes, "Hey man, you look pretty good." And she goes, "I'm dating the guy in like accounting or something." And I thought that was like really funny.
I think you're right, because he just, you know what it is? He just seems like a dad.
Yes.
And so like Home Improvement, like Jungle to Jungle, like it's about him having a kid and so like I agree with you. I think actually he has good chemistry with kids because he just seems like an everyday, like an everyman. Yeah. Like a regular guy who got a family and he's funny.
Yeah, and then this one, he has the evil Tim Allen puppet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
God. He's like, "I want more Coco." That scene with Coco is funny. He's like, you see Curtis doing this, and he goes,
he just swallows the whole thing whole.
Yeah.
"Oh, I like Coco."
He's like, "Whoa, Coco! Me love Coco. I want more Coco."
See, that's a good joke for the adults because it's kind of like it's probably something, it means something different than Coco. But for kids, they're just like, "I love Coco too. It's great."
And then he's like, "Naughty. these all kids are naughty. They all getting cold. So, like, I like that. And it's a villain, right? You got the evil Santa that reads the rules and he's bending them. And you know, the real Santa is bending them and the other one's not. Like, I don't know. To me, it has everything. So I like that one more. And I think this, not saying the storyline is better than the first one, but to me, I think 1 and 2 is up there for me in terms of which one I want to watch. But if I had to choose which one I like more, I would pick. And Mrs. Claus is hot. That chick, whoever plays her.
Oh yeah.
So she is kind of hot.
she's
I
a
always
cutie.
wanted that cocoa recipe. Yeah. That 900-year-old cocoa recipe. So there you guys have it. These are our Santa Claus rankings. Scott is Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. Nate is 1, 2, and 3. Mine's is 2, 1, and 3. But I could go up and down in either one of those. But I picked 2, 1, and 3. So go ahead. Nate, you can read some of the stuff there.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the chat. Okay, so Tony says, Rev, just go watch Reindeer Games with Ben Affleck. It's a blast and got some insane twists. All right. Harrison's here. What's up, everyone?
Sorry, Harrison.
Tony says Martin Short's Jack Frost was easily the best part of the Santa Claus 3.
Yeah.
Rev wants to know if we're ever going to do a Twilight ranking.
I will
said-
watch the Twilight if
you
ass
want.
comes on this show.
Yeah, hey, great idea. Because Tony's next comment was, "Hey, have Rev be on the Twilight ranking."
Yeah,
Would be gold.
I will sit because I never watched them before. None of the movies.
Oh, I've seen
I
all
would
of them.
watch those if Rev is a special guest, and I would.
So you've
I
heard
will
it
watch
here first. Rev, you want us to do Twilight? You're doing it too. Otherwise, probably not. Ben Buster's here. What's up? He wanted to. Well, when we had all our rankings up, he said, "I wonder what the number ones will be." Yeah, it's true because it's only 3. It was pretty easy to guess. He also loves Jungle to Jungle. He says it's hilarious.
Okay.
Tony says, I love Tim Allen in Christmas with the Cranks, another great Christmas movie.
Yes,
Good,
it is.
that movie's funny too. Stephanie says, I always wanted that cocoa recipe. So she's been trying to get the cocoa recipe. And Tony says, this is most easily ranking I see from you guys so far. Yeah, I would
3
say
movies.
this was the easiest one because it's only 3. And they're like the first 2 are better than 3. So yeah, it was probably the easiest one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy, but then again, it's 3 movies in a franchise. It's not like we're doing 13 movies.
We have another 3-1 next year, and I think that one's also going to be very easy. And other than that, 4 or more makes it a little more dynamic.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
it could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. So, yeah, well, that was the show. Catch you guys later. See
He
you guys
said,
next year.
Tony said, no love for Black Christmas, the original. And what?
The remake
I don't know what you mean,
2006?
Tony. We're ranking the Santa Claus. Why would we talk about
Yeah.
Black Christmas? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he want to know? Oh, well, we got time. Do you guys want to just talk maybe some of our favorite Christmas movies, just in general?
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
could be horror, could be
Mhm.
like a little bit of everything.
Let me just say something real quick.
Oh, just
I
move over,
forgot to-
Scott. Move your mic over.
Put
so we can
your
see you.
mic over to the camera. There
There
you
we go.
go.
I
Yeah,
forgot to
perfect.
say the first Santa Claus movie made me cry at the end.
It did?
When he was losing his kids and everying, and
that
just
was
shows him
sad.
walking all lonely and shit. I was like,
He said, he's lonely. Wah.
I'm so emotional sometimes.
I think, what sort of, let's say just kind of a couple of your top favorite movies and chat, you guys participate as well. I will read. What are some of 4 or 5, your favorite Christmas time movies to watch? Scott, you go first. You're the guest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a new favorite of mine that I just watched this year is Violent Night. With
that's a
I
good one.
love that movie so much when I watched it. Oh my god. So yeah, that's a new favorite right there. It's a new yearly watch for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool.
I'll go with a classic. We'll round robin it.
Yeah.
I'll go with a classic. Okay. And then I'll try to be less generic, but whatever. For me, a must watch Christmas movie will always be Home Alone, the first Home Alone. Now, I will say, when I was a kid, I liked Home Alone 2 better. But once I grew up, I liked Home Alone 1 better. I want to say maybe when I became an adult, 1 became the better. But from teenager and younger, Home Alone 2 was my jam. It was so fun. The scary bird lady. with all the birds all over her, and Kevin's scared, and he's at the hotel, and and Tim Curry's in it, and Donald Trump is in it, and it's like crazy. and then you watch part 1 as an adult, and then you realize, wow, part 2 is pretty much just like the same exact movie as part 1, but less good. So yeah, I'll go with Home Alone 1 as a staple Christmas movie for me.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny because that happened to me too. We watched them when they came out in 4K. Well, I don't think part 2 came out in 4K. We watched the first one, and then the second one we watched it off of streaming. Yeah. And I said the same thing. I was like, man, part 2 is not as good as I thought it was.
It's not.
But yeah, I agree on that statement. Okay, so for me, I will say a super favorite in this house, and I love watching it, is The White Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
It's a really good movie. Now, for those of you out there, I did a 4K, and it'll segue pretty quick in this. So I did a 4K review on White Christmas where it looks super dark. And someone commented and said that could be one of my settings, because his settings, the movie doesn't have that dark, like screen looking type thing. So I was like, man, you're bugging, because all my other movies didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like I did Twisters, and they didn't have that shade over. Well, I looked, and he was actually right. My TV has a setting called Adobe Vision Dark. For some reason, it was calibrated to Adobe Vision Dark.
It was Alana. So, she did it.
It should know. I don't think it was Alana.
Kara, then. She did it.
Yeah, most likely. But there's 3 settings on my TV. There's Vivid, which I will never watch in Vivid because it blows everything out. Then then there's Adobe Vision Bright, which is, when I looked it up by the manufacturer, that's the normal. Yeah. And then dark. So I'm going to redo the White Christmas and eat crow on that one and see if it's, again, better than the blue.
Is that the one you sent me? White Christmas? I need to watch that. Yeah, I'm going to watch it this Christmas because I've never seen it.
So with that said, I'll say White Christmas. White Christmas is a really good movie for those of you out there. It's a musical. It's a cool throwback to like the 50s and stuff like that. So it's like army buddies. And then they try to like help their general who owns a hotel to bring money in, and they raise it. Like the 2 guys are singers. Yeah. So they have like the old school screen, like this is commander. So they pretty much try to raise money. He goes on TV. I think it's really cool. Nate never seen it before, so I want to like to see what he thinks on it. I think he's gonna really like it and buy it. I'm gonna watch 4K.
This Christmas. I'm gonna watch. That's one on my list to watch.
I guarantee you, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna buy it on 4K because he likes it. I'm telling you right now.
Maybe.
I'm telling you.
Maybe I will. I might.
Yeah. But anyway, right. White Christmas for me.
Scott, you go, because I'm going to wait because most people kind of just wrote all 5, so I'll go to the chat after. So what's another one for you?
So like a not necessarily a typical Christmas movie that I like to watch around Christmas time is Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
That's a really good one. Jamie Lee Curtis.
But it's snowy. Yeah. It works.
Yeah, it's snowy. It's around the holiday season. It's pretty damn funny, and it's a great classic. So
yeah.
All right. I got one here. Alex, I think you like this movie. We haven't really talked about it, but I feel like you like it. Scott, I don't know if you like it or if you've seen it. But one of my favorite Christmas movies is a 2000s comedy called Just Friends. You guys ever watch Just Friends?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds as when he's fat, when he's a teenager. Yeah. You got Amy Smart as Jamie Palomino. You got Anna Faris as that insane singer.
Oh yeah.
Forgiveness. It's so good. Chris Klein as Dusty. When Jamie smiles, takes me miles. And then his buddy is like, his friend from high school is still there. And dude, that movie is so funny. And like, it's all set at Christmas time. So like, there's not a lot of Christmas stuff other than like that part where he destroys Jamie's parents' like decorations and stuff like that. But there's so many funny parts. Him and his brother are hilarious. They just slap each other all the time.
Yeah, that's a really cool. Yeah, that was
like
funny.
Great, like running gag. The mom is always like on the phone, like she's like Joyce, and she's like, "Mom, get off the phone." Probably one of Ryan Reynolds, if you don't like him, one of his least annoying roles, in my opinion.
I agree. Like, is that the movie that it starts that he's fat? He's going, "I swear."
Yes. And the end too. On the end credits, he sings it in the mirror. He's singing it in the mirror.
With the
braces. Yes, it's great. And Alanis Morissette is in it. At that one part because he works in the music industry. Great movie. If you haven't seen Just Friends, it's getting a Blu-ray from Warner Archive in January. So I will be buying it because I think it only ever came out on DVD here.
It has a Blu-ray, but it's way out of print.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I never got it, so I will be getting that one because that movie is it's a staple for me as well. I have it digitally and I love it.
Yeah, one of my Christmas favorites, go to in the house, but I think we're gonna skip it this year because we did the Christmas Vacations. I don't want to watch it again. It's the Christmas Vacation. Hands down is one of the fun, to me is one of the funniest and very classic. We laugh a lot just watching it because I love his brother Eddie. His brother-in-law Eddie's just so funny. Hey Clark,
Shitter's full.
Yeah, I think that's really funny. So I say Christmas Vacation on that one.
Nice.
All right, Scott, what you got?
I would say Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh,
I had
that's a
that
good
one on VHS as a kid. That's another one I had. And the more I watch it as an adult, I mean, the funnier it gets to me. Like the jokes and everything, they hit a little bit better when you get older. It's just, it reminds me. Well, it's about Christmas, but anytime Christmas comes around, must watch for me. So.
Love it. I'm gonna go with a off the beaten path one here, but it's it's a Christmas movie for me. Definitely Batman Returns. I love
Batman
watching it at
Returns.
Christmas.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a whole scene with people jumping out of presents, bad guys jumping out of presents, and the big Christmas tree lighting scene. Like the whole thing is snowing all the time in that movie. It's set during Christmas, so like, yeah, okay, it's not about Christmas, but who cares? I think you just need the vibes when you're and I live in Florida where it doesn't snow. We don't ever see it. So I only get it through movies. So I like to watch snowy movies, cold looking movies, and Batman Returns is a great Christmas set comic book movie. One that I like to watch every year at Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
Batman Returns. That's very interesting.
Heck yeah.
And then the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I will say the Grinch too. I like the Grinch. I think it's funny.
Grinch.
My favorite scene is when he's like, "Let me check my voicemail." He's clicking the voicemail. I thought that scene is funny. And then when he's checking the calendar, I always thought that. Was funny.
Let me check his calendar. He's like this and stare at into the abyss and blah, blah, blah. He's like looking at all that stuff. Yeah. One of my friends can quote that whole entire movie. She knows all the lines. She'll just be walking around and doing like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you saying? She's like, the Grinch. That's the Grinch.
I like where he looks at Max and he goes, I can't put that. I can't move it back, Max. I just can't. When he's like looking at the a facial or something like that at 3:00, he goes like,
schedule won't allow it.
Yeah, my schedule won't allow it. Yeah, and then I love the answer machine. If you leave a message, I would hunt you down and gut you like a fish.
If they one syllable, I'll hunt you down and gut you like a fish.
But my go-to Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon 1.
Yeah.
Go to. And I want to see the producer's cut, or I think the Donner cut, where Riggs, I don't know if you guys seen it.
I've seen the
I think Scott is the one who showed me that one scene that Riggs comes up, the dude holds a kid hostage, and my man Riggs just goes through everybody. Yeah, he literally just takes his like Beretta and he just aims, and the guy's like, I'm not playing, man. And he just shot him, and I was like, why didn't he keep this in the movie? Because it shows like how deadly a shot he is.
Yeah, that was a really good scene.
Yeah, that was a really cool. Rev says Lethal Weapon isn't a Christmas movie either. What's wrong with y'all? Yes, it is, fool.
How is it not? What is it? Okay, let's do this then. Rev, how would you define a Christmas movie? Because if the movie is set during Christmas and Christmas things happen in it, and if there's Die Hard has freaking Christmas in Hollis playing by Run DMC, what exactly is a Christmas movie? If not a movie set at Christmas time, it has to be about the holiday itself. I want to know. Put it in the chat.
I want to know.
I want to know your answer.
There's a really weird tradition I have where I watch The Wolf of Wall Street around Christmas time all the time.
The Wolf of Wall Street? That's not a Christmas movie.
I know it's not a Christmas movie. I just like to watch it around Christmas.
All right. Rev said there's a difference between a movie during Christmas and a movie centered around. I don't. How? Further explain, because that doesn't. Die Hard takes place at a Christmas party. So if the movie Office Christmas Party is a Christmas movie and Die Hard also takes place at a Christmas party, how is one a Christmas movie and not the other? I want to know. Put it in I still want to know. I got questions.
That's weird.
Let's read a couple of chats before we give another one or two here. Okay. I want to go no love for my Christmas top 5. Okay. Harrison says his favorites are Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life, which is another one. It's a Wonderful Life like has Christmas in it for 5 minutes, but people love
I don't like
watching
that
it at
movie.
Christmas time.
I did not like it. I remember I
I've
told
never
you I was
seen
like
it.
I hated it. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's with
I don't feel like that's a very Christmassy movie either. But there is a
Yeah.
Christmas scene in it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
I
know.
just didn't like it. Is that what
He
John
also
Stewart?
loves Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy
yeah.
Stewart?
Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart. Yeah, I was not into
Yeah.
that.
He also loves Home Alone 1. The Grinch. I'm gonna guess that he might like the old cartoon because he's really old movie. So I don't know.
I like that
And
one,
White
too.
Christmas. He agrees with you, Alex. He likes White
Yeah.
Christmas. Tony says I gotta go with Christmas with the Cranks,
Oh wait.
Die Hard,
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone,
Mm-hmm.
Jingle All the Way,
Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Black
I forgot
Christmas,
about that.
the original
Christmas.
and a remake,
Mm.
and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Of course, he comes with a hot take. I actually like Home Alone Lost in New York better than the first one. Wouldn't be Tony. If he
That's
didn't
not
say
bad.
something
I
like
mean,
that.
I know some people that do.
I did too,
So,
Tony, until I
yeah.
became a man, and then I decided I like I like Home Alone 1 better. Tony also says Christmas guilty pleasures for me are Reindeer Games, Surviving Christmas, and Jack Frost. By the way, I want to say I just saw Surviving Christmas for the first time last year because my sister made me watch it, and I absolutely hated it. Have you guys seen it?
No.
With
I
Ben
have
Affleck
not.
and James Gandolfini. It is terrible. It was not funny at all. And my sister's like, watch it. Me and my husband watch it. It's funny. I did not like it. And now my brother-in-law thinks it's hilarious. And now I don't know what to tell him. Whitney Blickenstaff. Hello, Whitney.
How you doing, Whitney?
She says National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is one of my faves. Good one.
Nice.
Classic. Tony says another great R-rated Christmas movie is Bad Santa and The Night Before.
Never seen those.
They're okay. Stephanie says, I just rewatched Just Friends last weekend and forgot how good it is. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. Yeah, that's true. You're right. It's a good point. Tony says, I love how the Grinch stole Christmas with Jim Carrey, but I love both the live action Dr. Seuss movies and the Cat in the like the Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers. I don't know.
I think out of the Dr. Seuss live action, Jim Carrey's the only one that, to me, the best one.
Yeah. Rev, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, Tony. Stephanie loved The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course.
That's a good one to watch.
And her favorite movie of all time, I think. Tony says, yes, Rev, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. There's a lot of Christmas references, and it takes place at a Christmas party, and John says ho, ho, ho. So take that, Rev. Take that. Rev says, that's like saying Harry Potter is a Christmas movie because they eat a Christmas dinner once. No, it's not the same.
No, it's not.
One scene and the entire thing taking place at a holiday are different. But people do like watching Harry Potter at Christmas time. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
that's the
because, I don't know. Harrison says, I love the cartoon, but I mean the Jim Carrey one. The old one is a great short film. Okay, agreed. Stephanie says, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is also a yearly watch. And Klaus. I think is that an animated one? I think so. James says, Nate, I'm late to the show because I was watching Hey, James, it's all right. You're watching a good movie. Welcome to the show. And hope you enjoyed the movie. And then last, Tony says, not saying Surviving Christmas is good, and it is stupid, but I always have a good time. Yeah, it is stupid. I agree with that. But if you like it, that's cool. All right, Scott, give us another one.
Okay, well, I'm going to steal one of theirs and say Jingle All the Way. I completely forgot about that movie, but that is another one that I love to watch around Christmas time. The movie's freaking hilarious. I didn't know there was a director's cut to it until I got the Blu-ray.
Of what?
Of Jingle All the Way.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah,
I think I have
it's
that.
a PG movie. Like, what else did they add in there?
It's PG plus.
Yeah, I did watch it one time, and I was like, I just watched the theatrical version from now on. But the funniest part of that freaking movie is when he's diving into the ball pit trying to get the and the parents are beating him up. He's like, "I'm not a pervert. I'm just using the tip of my doll." Freaking the Big Show plays a giant Santa. He's like, "I'm gonna deck your holes, bub."
Oh, that's right. And Sinbad is in that.
Sinbad is the mailman.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, "Back off! It's a bomb."
Yeah,
Sinbad. What a time.
This is a sick world. This is a sick world. After it blows up. Yeah.
He was kind of funny in that movie. He was kind of funny in a few movies in the 90s, but he had his time. It came and went.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, really quick. A Scottish Geek Guy is here. What's up, Scottish Geek Guy? He ranks the Santa Claus movies as the best, number 1,
Okay.
Then he has part 3 as the second best.
Whoa.
And then part 2 as the third best. So a different ranking there. So thank you for that. Cat in the Hat, I'm not gonna really. It's not Christmas. James says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's at a holiday party and all the holiday things, including the end having the same song as many other holiday movies. James says Jingle All the Way is one of the best. I want a Turtle Man. Rev says you can't bench press your way out of this one. Best line in Jingle All the Way. Oh yeah, that's right. Bro, Jingle All the Way is good. Remember the wife's cookies? There's a whole thing about the cookies.
My cookie down now. It's my cookie.
Yeah. And it's sad because Phil Hartman made the movie also. And he died. So
he's funny.
Yeah, he was mad for. He was like, your wife's cookies are good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. What's another Christmas movie that I like to watch? I think they've had a lot of good ones in the chat. I'm gonna go with one that I like to watch. As far as horror, I know Tony said Black Christmas. Fine. One that I like to watch, I think is fun, and it has the Christmas like sort of energy, but it's dark. Is the movie Krampus? I enjoyed the movie Krampus. Never seen it, especially like the evil gingerbread men. That's really funny. It's like it's kind of like a horror comedy, really.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Basically this family and they're like Krampus comes to their house and like all the toys turn evil. The gingerbread men are like trying to kill them. It has kind of a bleak ending, honestly, but it's fun. Like most of the movie is pretty fun and funny. And it's PG-13 horror. So it's not like overly graphic or anything, but I have fun with that one. I like to watch that one.
You know, it's funny. I think I'm going to date myself. This is where Harrison's going to be like, well, this is why we're friends.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is why we're buddies, right? One of my favorite holiday movies that I like to enjoy to watch is Laurel and Hardy, The March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Oh, well, I've never even heard of that.
You never heard of that one?
No.
Oh, come on. You serious? They have a black and white one and a color one. I like the black and white one because it looks
I've never
original.
seen any Laurel and Hardy anything.
Really? Oh, there's a scene that they do with he has this stupid little rock thing and he's playing with a stick and he's going dip, whack and he keeps whacking it and he's hitting someone in the window. Whack. You never seen March of the Wooden Soldiers?
I've never heard of it.
Oh,
I have to believe. I just have to take your word for it. I feel like Ben might know what that is too. I think
Ben might know. I know Ben Harrison might know what I'm talking about. Jeez, you don't know. Damn.
Scott, have you ever seen this?
I know Laurel and Hardy. I've never seen
the March of the Wooden Soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but I've never seen any of their stuff.
Wasn't there like a modern Laurel and Hardy movie where they take on a mummy or something like that?
I wouldn't know.
No.
Never seen it.
1934, The March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yeah, it's not the same people.
Yeah.
These from the 90s, I think.
Yeah, I can't believe you never seen that one.
No.
Jeez.
I've never seen any Laurel and Hardy.
I've seen what's the other comedy duo? I have the
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello, yeah.
I like them. Yeah, they're funny. They're funny.
My favorite is the haunted house one.
Is that the one where they meet
horror?
Dracula? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit is funny. Yeah. He's like, Abbott.
I do like Abbott and Costello better than Laurel and Hardy, but again, I've never seen Laurel and Hardy.
How can you say that if you've never seen Laurel and Hardy?
Well, that's why I like Abbott and Costello better, because I've seen them. If I've seen something of Laurel and Hardy, maybe I'll like it, but I've never seen it.
All right, Scott, what you got next?
Fifth one.
Fifth
and last one. Yeah, fifth and last one. What you got?
Okay. It's got to be a tie between Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
You could put them together because they like back-to-back shorts, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they're both their own like hour-long movie, I think. Yeah, but I think I'll go with Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
He's coming to town, you know. Mr. Burgermeister, Meister Burger. Yeah, that's definitely my number.
All right, Nate. What's your fifth one?
I'm just looking through like my Christmas stuff here. I'm trying to see like which one. You guys have said a lot of great ones. The chat has said a lot of great ones. Okay, here's one. This is not a Christmas movie. I'm not claiming this to a Christmas movie.
Uh-oh.
However, I like to watch it at Christmas. This is another one that I like to watch at Christmas time. So I love to watch Edward Scissorhands at Christmas time.
Okay.
And it has a lot of snow in it, and and there is a part in it that is during the Christmas at the end, right? Like it's Christmas. He's making the snow angel, and it's like snowing and all that. But I love that movie. Most of it happens like when it's not Christmas, but it has the right vibes, especially towards the end of the movie. And the music, the Danny Elfman score, it kind of has like a Christmassy sound to it. So I'm not saying it is one, but it is a movie I like to watch at Christmas time. So I'm going to go with that one. That's like kind of a off the beaten path one, but
all right. So I like all these Christmas movies. You guys sent some stuff that I never seen or heard of, but that's cool.
Yeah.
My number 5 is a new release. It came out. It's a kind of newish, and I love it. And once we saw it, and it was an action movie, guys, classic.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? I had to get it. We did. We were supposed to interview the writers, but Nate had to work that day.
Sorry.
But my man, Fat Man. I love Fat Man. We need a sequel for Fat Man, but I love Fat Man. My man Walter Goggins.
Oh yeah, he was so good in that movie. He was such a
and that little kid, that evil little shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Mel Gibson was so good as
and Mrs.
Santa.
Claus was awesome in that movie.
Yeah, she was.
She was like action too.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because that movie opened up the doors for all these like raunchy action Santa Claus themed action movies for some reason. Right?
Maybe no Violent Night if no Fat Man.
Yeah,
Violent Night was so good. And
that was a good movie. I will give it that. I did enjoy that one a lot. But it's weird that Fat Man opened doors for that Silent Night and all those things.
No Cobra for you, Alex? No Cobra?
Oh, I love Cobra. Yeah, baby.
All right.
I'm the cure.
That was a fun month.
Can I reverse my 5th one real quick?
Yes.
What you got?
After I said the 5th one, I just said, "Oh shit, I remember what I wanted." Scrooge with Bill Murray.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a very good one.
Completely forgot about that. I love that one so much.
That was a fun month of action movie, guys. When we were ranking the Santa, like how many candy canes and how much Christmas snowflakes the movie gets and stuff.
Oh yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That was
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That's a good
really
one. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. We got Rev said Arnold uppercuts a reindeer, so that's automatically jingle all the way. James says Better Watch Out is a great alternative thriller Christmas movie. That one is pretty good. I did see that. Super entertaining. It's like or Getting Home Alone is still a great line. Yeah, that movie, if you guys never seen it, it's kind of like a horror. It's not very scary, more like a thriller, but it's pretty fun. Tony says Krampus is good. And Better Watch Out is another underrated Christmas movie, so he agrees with James. Rev says, Lord of the Rings, I always watch during December. All 3 were released in December, so it always gives me Christmas vibes. See, that's the kind of thing that sometimes if a movie came out, like you saw it in the theater near Christmas, a Wolf of Wall Street came out in December. So maybe that's why Scott likes to watch it at Christmas time, because
it just makes me feel good.
Yeah. And it makes him feel good when they're doing all that drugs and sex and stuff and throwing the midgets. He's like, I feel so good. I love this.
Maybe Star Wars. Didn't Star Wars come out in October? The new ones? It came out in December.
Yeah. So maybe someone watches maybe someone watches The Force Awakens and it's like Christmas. I love it.
Yeah.
So Rev, I understand that as far as like when movies are released at that time, you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
Tony says, would you consider The Holiday to be a Christmas movie despite having nothing to do with Christmas until the end? Would you? I don't know. I think. No, that's like It's a Wonderful Life, where there's like maybe just enough that you can watch it at Christmas time. It's fine. Rev says Fat Man is great. Mel Gibson is the man. Tony says I like Fat Man as well. Rev says the new Star Wars movies made me hate Christmas.
Yeah, I agree with Rev on that one. Yeah.
And then Tony wants to know why. He said, Rev, why? Yeah. Why do you hate Christmas? All right, so there's our list. Those are 15 recommendations from us. Some you guys already said in the chat. You know, December is a good month to watch all these movies, like the whole month. You know what I mean? But I tend to like the comedies. 4 Christmases. You guys like 4 Christmases?
Oh my god!
That was fun. That's the one you recommended me. Yeah, that was a really good one.
I was
So
about to
funny.
ask you if you like that one because my dad, he loves that movie. He puts it on demand on repeat on the TV.
Dude, it's so
He's
funny.
like, "Have you seen this movie?" I'm sure he's gonna be like, "You should ask them about it. What did they think?"
It's funny. I love
I
that
thought
movie.
it was it was funny.
When they do the play at the church, Vince Vaughn is. It's like one of the funniest scenes.
Oh, when he goes to his brother's house or his
Yes.
family's house and they wrestling and
Yeah, they're all named after where
and
they
they're
were
playing-
conceived.
and they're
Orlando and whatever.
No, it's they're playing Pictionary with the brother, and he was
Yes.
like, "Oh, that's easy, you know what? That's easy." He's eating the buffalo.
Excuse me. Yeah, you got a
man.
great cast too. Like Sissy Spacek is in there, Robert Duvall, and Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn had. I like them because they had good chemistry, and one is 4 foot tall and one is 7 foot tall, so like they looked really funny next to each other. Great movie. Rev says I actually like The Holiday, so he likes that one. Stephanie likes This Christmas, Deck the Halls, The Holiday, Happiest Season, and Nothing Like the Holiday. She says those are all great. What about no one said Love Actually? That's a good Christmas movie too, and that was rated R. So Keira Knightley and Bill Nighy is in that, and Martin Freeman. It's very British, but it's a good Christmas movie too. Anyway, those are our picks.
I sometimes dabble and watch What a Woman Wants with Mel Gibson.
Sometimes I dabble in a little
What
women want with
I
Mel
don't want people to
Gibson.
be like, "Oh my God, this dude!" But I'll dabble. I sometimes watch my man Mel Gibson singing that song.
Oh, James said The Best Man Holiday actually got me emotional. It's a great movie. So Best Man Holiday. Stephanie says I was surprised that I didn't like Love Actually. Oh, that's okay. It's fine. Tony says I like The Holiday as well, but I just don't consider it to be a Christmas movie because it has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas until the end. That's cool. It is called The Holiday. Christmas is a holiday. You can do whatever you want. You could hate it or love it. Doesn't matter. Alex got an intruder. We gotta wait till he comes back. He's got it. All right, he's back.
Oh no!
He had an intruder.
Oh no! My brother.
Yeah.
Came
I
down.
figured.
Yeah, my brother came down. Like I said, I had a party.
He said, "Hurry up! We're partying without you."
Shots.
You're doing shots. We need you
No.
upstairs.
They're like, "Come here now."
Alana wants one.
No,
Get
she
the
Alana
Jello.
wants a Jello shot.
A non-alcoholic Jello. She just wants some Jello. Give her some Jello.
No, but yeah, sometimes I watch that Mel Gibson. No, but yeah, holidays. No, I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy Christmas time, like December.
Yeah.
I love the most. Thanksgiving is cool because you gotta eat, but it's like, but to me, there's something about the holidays I just enjoy.
But
To
you
me, I
also
think
get
it's
to eat a
fun.
lot at Christmas too.
You do.
And
Yeah, that's true.
do presents and there's wet.
Yeah.
It's usually up there. It's snowing. It doesn't snow here, but I love it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like their horrors and stuff with the October. I'm not a big October guy. Like I'm not big with the Halloweens and all that stuff. But it's okay.
That's fine.
I grew up
Oh, yeah.
in that stuff. But freaking yeah.
Yeah. That's all we had. We had a Santa Claus ranking, some Christmas movies.
I'm in the spirit now.
It's
That's
hard to
it.
say goodbye because this is the last show. This is the last show until, like I said, we're coming back in January. So this is the last one. But I do promise that we will have a really good rankings for the year. We have great franchises that I think you guys are going to enjoy, maybe want to watch, and then join
We have
in
great
on
guests.
the show.
We have a lot of guests signed up.
Yep.
We have a lot of good rankings lined up. And I'm excited for next year. We don't know if the first show will be probably the second week in January. So it's going to be a little while till we're back. But hopefully, like Alex said, we're going to be on some other live streams. Obviously, the podcast will still be coming out every week. If you guys, like listening to that, we're not going to stop doing those at all. I will still have Out of the Theater reviews coming up, top fives. Alex going to unbox stuff, review 4K reviews. So, we're going to be around. We're just not going to be live until next year.
But I got to say, if you guys have not seen the Ash chainsaw opening, you guys got to watch that unboxing of the
It's
chainsaw.
funny. Who's laughing now? That part.
No, you know what's funny? Like that is something, and people are like, "Why are you so excited?" That is something that I always wanted in my collection. You know, when you watch a movie and you go, "Man, if I had the money, I would buy that DeLorean, or I would buy the Ecto One, or the Batmobile from 1989, or whatever the fuck, the Tumbler, or whatever it is." The Ash Chainsaw was something I always wanted. And when the company Syndicate Collectibles made it, that was the first thing I was like, I'm getting it somewhere somehow. And it did happen. And I was like, oh my God. So when I opened it, I was like, wow. So if you thought I was excited for that one, wait till I open up the damn 1-to-1 replica of the Proton Pack.
It was like watching a little kid open a toy at Christmas time.
And I'm getting a actually I just got an email. Hashbro just sent out my PKE meter and Ghost Trap from the new movie. So I'll be getting those 1-to-1 scales of those things. And those are all working, meaning that they make noise and they move and do all that.
They shoot out laser beams.
I wish it did.
Awesome.
I wish it did. But yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of unboxings on the channel. Next year's gonna be totally different. We're gonna try to push out as much content as possible, and try to be more pushing the channel more on social medias and a lot of social medias with shorts and clippings from a lot of the episodes for you guys. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of the rankings are gonna be cut from 2 to 1 a month. Yeah. They're told they take a lot of tolls.
Also, we're gonna have some more short reviews. I'm gonna be doing
yes,
like 2 minute, not for everything. The bigger movies will still get full out of the theater reviews, but I have a short that'll be going up this week for Moana 2. And if I see any weekend where there's like 2 movies that come out, whichever I feel like is maybe the lesser, and I don't mean quality wise, I mean like less popular, I'll do a short review for that. So 2 minutes, not 1 minute, because I got yelled at by all the Kevin Smith fans for that already. I don't want to deal with that again.
You got the Wicked ones now too. The Wicked,
they're out in full force. All the Wickeds, whatever.
You said the movie was not good, and they were like, "Well, it won Best Picture."
I don't even know what that person was. At what? I don't know. But
maybe, I was like, okay.
And Rich, of course, I love this movie. Rich ready to just like fight me over it. Listen. The movie was fine. I didn't even say it was bad. I just said I didn't like it. Like, can I not have an opinion? I gave it props. Alex, you edited it. I said the production was good. I said the acting was good. I said, what more do you want from me? I just didn't like it. Why do I have to like it?
I would say this.
Alex hated it.
I would say this. Nate was more nicer than me because I gave it a 2 out of a 5.
Right. You gave it a 2 out of a 10.
And I hated it. So, yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 10. I hated the damn movie. So,
Stephanie says I wasn't a fan either. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah. It's for some people and it's not
if
for
you
others.
Loved it, that's cool. I think there was good things about it. Look, Scott liked it.
Yeah, it was fine.
But I'm like, these songs don't do nothing for me. The singing's good, but I don't like the songs. I don't care about like best friendships from school. Hey, Robert's here. Yay. Robert made it. Robert, we miss you in the chat. Thank you for popping in. Anyway, I don't care about friendships in school and love triangles with dancing men, and like it's not for me. It's not for me. So what? But yeah, they're gonna come after me. Anyway, 2-minute reviews for the shorts. Maybe I'll be able to give just enough where I can live my life and not have like people come at me with pitchforks. And I'll be honest, I think I'm a pretty fair reviewer. Like unless I really hate something, I give credit, but it doesn't matter to some people. If you don't like it, you're an idiot. So that's me. Sometimes I guess I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, one thing I want to try to do, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I do want to do TV show reviews because, like, I finished Penguin, and I wanted to do a review on it, but I don't know how to do it. I finished Tulsa King Season 2, and I was like, man, I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't know how to talk about it. I know Star Trek is coming back 2025, so I was like, and then I finished Superman and Lois, and I wanted to talk about that too. I will say this though, if you guys are not into superhero movies, TV shows, you guys got to catch Superman and Lois. It's the best superhero show put on TV. I mean, it's a shame that they finished it, but you want character accuracy, like close to the comics, that show does it. Doomsday looked like Doomsday from the comic book. Steel, Man of Steel looked just like it too.
Maybe it's
Stephanie said
better that they
Penguin
ended it
looks good.
before it dragged on for too long, though.
Well,
Sometimes shows that hang on too long and then they get bad.
yeah,
They went
but
out on
the problem is that Warner Brothers did the stupidity of they didn't want to have two Supermans on the same year, so they didn't want to have David Cumberpatch or whatever the fuck his name was, Cord Sweat. Yeah,
Cumberbuns.
Yeah, Cumberbuns. And they didn't want his stupid Superman conflicting with the TV show because, us humans are stupid and we didn't know the difference between TV and movies. So,
Yeah.
But at least it went out on a high note. Right?
Yeah,
It never
no,
got bad.
this is not good. I mean, none of the other shows I think ended in a good way. Like Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, The Legends of Tomorrow was god awful. Batwoman was even worse. So yeah, I want to do more TV show reviews. I just got to figure out how to do it. Maybe watch other people do it and see how that works. But yeah.
Or maybe if you could find someone who watches TV, because it ain't me, but if you can find someone who watches TV, you could always do it as a podcast. Podcast episodes.
I watch TV.
Scott watches TV. I don't watch TV. I
Scott
do want to watch
watches
Penguin.
fucking Gunsmoke like season 32.
I Love Lucy season 1.
I watch Succession. I watch Yellowstone. I watch the stuff that.
I never seen Yellowstone. I seen like 2 episodes and didn't continue it.
Tony, Alex. Tony wants to know, Alex, are you excited for James Gunn's Superman?
No. Look, I'm a diehard DC guy. I bleed DC. But Nate is my witness. I am not a fan of James Gunn. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to see the trailer. If the trailer looks good, then I will proceed to phase 2, going to the theater.
Phase 2 is actually watch it.
Yes, phase 2 goes, okay, I'm going to get tickets and go watch it. But I'm not looking forward to it. More as me looking forward to Matt Reeves' Batman #2. Like, I want to see the sequel to Matt Reeves Part 2. But
James said Tracy will review all of Little House on the Prairie on the podcast. I've seen like 5 minutes of that show when I was younger, and I was like, "This is not for me."
Dude, my wife loves Quinn the Medicine Woman. Dr. Quinn the Medicine Woman.
Dr. Quinn, Jane Seymour.
Yes, she's into that. Yeah.
I almost
Remember
got
Touched
finished
by
with
an Angel?
season 4 of Bonanza yesterday.
Oh, that's a very current show, Bonanza.
She likes Outlanders.
1964.
Outlanders? I think it's called
Outlander.
Outlanders.
Yeah, that's
she
a
likes
show.
that. Yeah.
You remember the
So-
show
Good
Touched
show.
by an Angel?
She watches that.
Right?
When Michael C. Hall or whatever.
Della Reese was on there. Oh my gosh. Let's
Yeah,
see.
so
Bobby
I'm
says,
gonna.
I have laundry to do. I'm driving. Okay, Robert, thanks for popping in. Tony says, I'm excited for the Green Lantern TV show.
I am too. I have hope. But
like the
let's just
casting.
see. Yeah, casting is good, but I mean,
We'll see.
we'll see how all that stuff folds out. But yeah, I want to do more TV shows. Figure
Yeah.
that out. But
Yeah.
but yeah, Star Trek when it comes back, I gotta figure it out because those are so good.
Beam Me Up, a Star Trek podcast.
Beam me up. Beam me
That's what you could call it. Beam Me Up, a
That's
Star
like-
Trek podcast.
That's like saying I got worms.
I got worms, a
I
Dumb
got
and Dumber
worms.
podcast.
Would you get copyrighted for that though?
No,
No, that's just
it's a phase. Like it's
Beam me up.
Beam
Yeah.
me up.
Beam
Leave
me up
Scotty off.
podcast.
Don't say Scotty. Beam Me
Yeah.
Up, a Star Trek podcast.
I got
But they
worms.
beam me up.
That's what we're gonna call it. I got worms.
Sounds fun.
No, but anyway. Oh, Scott, thank you so much for joining us on the last show of the year.
Yes.
Can't wait to have you again on the man. Your hair, bro, you killing me with that hair.
That's
Love
his
that.
Christmas hair.
It is. That joint is just poofy.
Nap earlier, and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh, we got to go live."
Yeah,
Like this.
you look like Trump. He got the Trump.
Thank you. I have the best hairstylist.
Thank you. Oh
Yeah,
man,
the
but
greatest hairstylist.
oh man.
Yeah, I want to say, since it's the last show of the year,
Yeah, what you
thank
wanna say?
you. Thank you to everyone who's in our chat every other week when we go live. I notice it. Alex noticed it. I appreciate it. I know when people aren't here because I message them like, hey, man, like Robert, where you at, Robert? You're supposed to be here every week. But no,
Yeah, Robert.
Tony, Scott, Rev, Spin Buster, Harrison, Jay, who couldn't make it tonight. He's on a date. Okay.
Oh,
Good luck,
snap.
Jay,
Taco
getting out there on the
pizza.
market. Yeah, Jay. Who else? James. Just everyone who pops in every week and participates in the chat. Our Patreon members. I appreciate it. Alex appreciates it. I feel like our chat is one of the best ones, mostly because we read everything you guys write. You don't have to throw us a super chat to get read. You don't have to do nothing but type in there, and we will try to get to it. So,
Type.
yeah, nothing but type. And I think you guys are funny. You're always like on topic. And I appreciate you guys supporting us. We've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes it could be a lot. That's why we're taking a little break. Like Alex got a family. It's a lot of editing. It's a lot of this. I got a job that my hours are kind of crazy sometimes. And thank you for always coming and watching and having a good time with us and volunteering to be on. Like I said, we got a lot of good guests coming up. Scott he's coming up on the podcast soon, I know too. And I appreciate you guys all the time. So if I don't ever tell you that much, thank you.
Yeah, no, I second that. It's really hard, right? Because we get a lot of emails, and Nate doesn't read the emails. I read most of them. I actually read all of them, all of them, and try to get back to a lot of people in terms of the emails. But what I would like to say is that, like everything Nate said is true. Like we want to thank everybody. Now, in terms of, how do you explain? I don't want to say it like in the back, because a lot of people are like, how come you guys don't have much subscribers as this groups and all this crap? And this is the reason why, and I'm gonna tell you why. I had 2 kids within 2 years. This channel's been up since 4 years now. We've been doing this.
Yeah,
close to 4 years.
Yeah.
So I had Kara, my daughter Kara, and then I had Alana. And we took months off. Like we didn't do nothing at all. Like I just, being a dad, that's what happens. Yeah. And did it hinder and hurt the channel? Yes. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And one thing I would like to stress, because we lost a close friend of ours to cancer this past, a few months ago. And I keep telling everybody this: enjoy life, because you don't fucking get YouTube when you're dead. So
that's true.
Don't go knocking on. If people don't want to be your friend, don't hound the people. Just live your life. Go do what you got to do. Because yeah, I did have 2 kids. Yeah, I decided, and I told Nate, I was like, we're gonna take, and he agreed. I mean, I'm not gonna go, yeah, I'm going to do this and then put more stress on my back while editing, and then I have to take a newborn or whatever. So I just want people to understand, yes, did I personally hurt the channel? Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But I feel like where we are now, I feel like the ball is rolling in our court, whether it takes us another 2 to 4 years to get us to where it is. But I think I'm enjoying where we are now, is less stress. I'm not worrying about being friends with groups that don't give a shit about us. Why do I need to care about them? I'm not going down that path no more. And again, to all of you people out there, enjoy life, because you never know. You wake up and you got a bump or something, and you got stage this, and then pretty much, because you know what? Paramount Plus, Warner Brothers, Denzel Washington, all them fucking steelbooks you buying, they're gonna mean shit, because those people don't care. They got their own lives to worry about. You're paying those companies. I'm being honest with people, because I mean we get those emails, and I'm just like, I don't know how to say it, but I'm just saying it right now. Enjoy what you do. You like what you do. You hang out with us. I appreciate it. It's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, just, I don't know.
Life is more than YouTube.
Yes, life is very more than YouTube. Yeah, so that's why I decided, and I told Nate, I said, we were going to have another show. It's not like we wasn't. We were going to end it 2 weeks from now. But I told Nate, let's just go with the 4 weeks, because I was burnt out already with all the movies that we watched. And we have tons of more movies that we're watching for the podcast and all this other stuff. So I felt like I just needed a break and then come back whenever we come back next year. But we come back stronger, and then just push forward and everyone have fun with each other. We are gonna honor David. I know a lot of people kept emailing saying, "Are you guys gonna do a show for David?" Yes, we are gonna do it. We're gonna do it as a David and Rich had a we used to do a award show together, and we're gonna honor that, and we're gonna do it next year in behalf of him, and he's gonna be on the show. David's gonna be on the show. We're gonna put a picture of David on the show, like if he's there with us. So we're gonna do that.
The Geeks with Faces for Radio Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked with Rich and who's here? Wilkie's. Hey, Corey, how's it going?
Yeah, I do, Corey.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that show. We talked with Rich. He still wants to do it. Rich is gonna be coming on our show in January too.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna be working with him. I'll reach out to him because I know he goes through it like pretty often. But yeah, we're gonna, David was our friend besides just someone we worked with on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we did that show 2 years in a row with him. And that was a show he did by himself.
Yeah.
And he asked us, like, hey, would you guys like to do it? And we were like, yeah, absolutely. So this will be the 3rd annual, and he will have a presence there. And it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So yeah, with that said, I'm happy where this channel is. So thank you for everyone that supported the channel. Like I said, we're coming back in January. This is the last show of the night, of the year. Don't email us going, "Oh, you guys broke up." We're not breaking up. We're doing videos and everything. This is me and Nate.
We got a podcast that comes out every week. You will hear it if you want to.
Yeah,
Scott
we have a podcast that we do. But in terms of live shows, we're gonna take it a break because I want to revamp the entire thing from the ground up. I like what we did here, but I want to make it more better and more fresh for you guys and put more informations on all the franchises that we're doing. I think I was hindered by the 2 shows a week. I mean, every other week. It's a lot of stuff where I can concentrate on everything for the month, for the upcoming, and do trailers, and stuff like that. So yeah, other than that, it's pretty much it in our sense. Scott, thank you so much for joining on the show. Oh, and the Patreons. This is what I want to say to the Patreons. The Patreons out there, me and Nate are gonna get together within a week or so when he's ready. We're gonna revamp the entire Patreon stuff. I personally believe it's time to give it a fresh start from beginning to end for all of you guys out there. We're going to be pushing it more heavily into 2025 out there and do more exclusive. Talk more, Nate, but do more exclusive stuff for the Patreon. I got to figure out what. Maybe we could do Beam Up podcast.
Beam me up. A Star Trek podcast.
A Star Trek podcast.
You have to add that second part. Beam me up.
Yeah.
A Star Trek podcast.
A Star Trek podcast.
No, people love Star Trek. We got people. We got friends who love Star Trek.
Yeah.
They know all about it. I've seen the movies.
You could get a big backing behind that with all the fans.
Honestly, you might be able to. You might hit oil with that.
Hit oil with Star Trek. Yeah. But yeah, no, other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna end it here. Yes. So I could go upstairs to the party for my first.
Don't get to your party. Let's get out of here. Get us out of it. Beam us up.
Beam us out of here. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Be safe, everybody. Again, you guys want to talk to me and Nate, we are available on our Instagram pages. I'm on Geeks and Flicks. Geeks, the leather and Flicks on Instagram. You guys could DM me there all you want. You want to have a chat? We'll have a chat. Nate is Nate Flicks Reviews. You guys could do that there. And Stephanie, we're gonna be on Stephanie's video,
that's
Christmas video. That's gonna be really fun. We're gonna be doing a video with Stephanie. I'll buy the popcorn. That's gonna be really fun. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of
I will be on Mega Mike's channel next Monday.
Me and you are going to be on that.
That's in 2 Mondays.
Oh,
yes.
He's by himself because
I will be on for. I'm a judge. No, I'm a judge for his newest like boutique battle thing. I'm judging, and then me and Alex and some other Ben Buster. I think.
Yeah, Ben is there. Yeah,
I think Ben is in there. Yeah, we're going to be doing like a. We were on it last year. We did like it's like a Christmas. Like a buyer's guide, like stuff you could get people like movie related and stuff like that. So me and Alex will be there. So you're still going to see us on some live streams. But Alex, go do that party. Go have a good time. And let's get out of here.
All right, let's get out. Scott, thank you so much. Everybody have a safe Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see you in the New Year, my friend.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And be awesome to each other and geek out.